Hello again. Now, depending on where you're watching this, be it YouTube, Instagram, Mail Plus or Mail Online, multi-platform you see, I've got a bit of new, unique content for us today, I hope. So I'm going to take you to the headquarters of Newcastle United. Now, I'm not on Barrack Road. That's not the Black Bull over my corner on the shoulder there. Trust me, if it was, I wouldn't be doing this video. I'd be knocking the door down. But anyway, yeah, no, I'm going to show you what is, to all intents and purposes, the headquarters of the football club, and that is because just around this corner is the home of PIF, the Public Investment Fund, the PIF Tower. Now, I'm in the heart of the financial district in Riyadh. I've jumped in a cab and came 15-20 minutes north, and I'm going to show you just over my shoulder here the PIF Tower, where you would think a lot of the decisions with regards to Newcastle United are either made or ratified or discussed. So here we are. Look, it's huge. It's the biggest building in the district. There you go. That tested my arm doing the tilt back there. But yeah, now, sadly, as a journalist coming here for a week in Riyadh, I would like to have had an audience with PIF in some form. Now, at one point that looked promising, then because of logistics, that fell through. So it could be something we revisit in the future down the line. And I think it's important that on the record with reporters, someone from the Public Investment Fund does sit down, because it's been 14 months now without that exposure to independent journalists. And while we've heard bits and pieces through the club and various statements, yeah, we haven't had that chance yet. And I understand why they've adopted that policy. I prefer it to be otherwise. Absolutely, of course I was, but I understand, given everything around this takeover, why they've let the sort of first year go. Hopefully that will change, and maybe it's something to revisit on the next trip. But for now, we're hearing is to the PIF's intentions and ambition and vision through Eddie Howe. And I sat with Eddie Howe in the team hotel, the Four Seasons down the road from here, earlier in the week, and he revealed that Yasser Al-Rumayyan had at short notice invited every member of club staff, including the players, the owners, Amanda Staveley, Murdoch Cadusi, Eddie and his coaching staff, the commercial, the marketing teams who are here en masse, by the way, to his house at short notice on Monday night. I mean, yeah, imagine that. We've all had friends and family over, haven't we, at short notice, but telling your wife you've got 100 coming round is something different entirely, isn't it? Yeah, put the kettles on. So yeah, they went there, and Eddie told us that Yasser did address the group. Yasser Al-Rumayyan, who is of course the governor of PIF and the chairman of Newcastle United, and is very much the Saudi face of the involvement with the club. And he said, it was a well done to the players, a well done to Eddie, but we want more. We're very ambitious, and I dare say supporters will probably be encouraged by that message. But as promised, I have a little walk here, right to the entrance of PIF. I mean, there's a couple of people in the doorway. I guess you guys want to hear that one of them is Eddie Howe with a list of transfer targets in his hand. Sadly, I don't think it quite works like that over here, but here we are. So we're going to go right to the foot of the PIF building, and I'll try that thing again where I'll tilt the camera back and just give you an idea of just how big it is. Okay, here we go. Let's check it out. So over my shoulder there is the entrance to the Public Investment Fund Towers, which varying estimates they've got somewhere between 500 and 750 billion pounds worth of investment around the globe. And when you think the price, what they paid for Newcastle United was just north of 300 million pounds, it really is a drop in the ocean in that respect. But don't underestimate the importance of Newcastle United to PIF in terms of that, that entry to the West. And the subject I'm sort of touching on here, you can go off a million different tangents with it, of course you can, in terms of all the reporting, all the questions we've had around this takeover. But Newcastle United is very important to them, and I mean, breaking it down in a purely business investment terms, to buy Newcastle United for £300 million when you see the The cost of Chelsea, you know, the numbers being talked about with Manchester United and Liverpool. If they take Newcastle to where they think they can, then it will probably, on reflection, look at a very good piece of business. So yeah, we're just gonna have a little wander around out the other side, and I'll give you a shot of it in its entirety. So if I can walk backwards, this is the exterior of what will probably be the west side of the building, all glass fronted. It's got a sort of a crystal effect going on with light sort of whizzing around it constantly. Yeah, and like I say, Yasser is in town. He has addressed the players, and Eddie Howe spoke with great enthusiasm about that. We've got the game later on this evening against Al Hilal, the only friendly Newcastle will be playing while we're out here, before one more day of training tomorrow, and then they head back to Tyneside on Saturday. So yeah, this is the other side. As for the district itself, there's not many folk knocking around. There's various bits of development work, construction work going on, but not really many people to speak to, which I'd hope to do, you know, in this area. It's yeah, it's not quite the city of London, is what I'll say. You know, there's no pret-a-manger's on the corner, sadly, but yeah, but the people I have spoken to in town, and I've spent the last 3 or 4 days, fan parks, bars, cafes, restaurants, and I've tried to talk to as many people as possible about Newcastle United. And I said this in the last video, I can only report what I see, and they are very enthused by PIF involvement in the Premier League. And you know, you understand why, given the popularity of football here, and given the popularity of football. One young guy said to me, you know, once it was all about the league, and now it's all about the Premier League. And you do see the odd Newcastle United shirt dotted about, and I dare say events such as yesterday, the fan engagement event we went to down in the city, is geared towards increasing that fan base. So yeah, one last look at the headquarters here behind me. Here's what will probably be the southern entrance, and then look above me again. So there you go, guys, a little bit of exclusive content from here in Riyadh as to what is, like I said, to all intents and purposes, the headquarters of Newcastle United. Now, we know, of course, that the day-to-day running is very much in Newcastle / London, with Amanda Staveley, Murdoch Caducci, Jamie Rubin, Eddie Howe, Dan Ashworth, Darren Eales. Those are very much the guys who have been put in charge of the running of the club. They're the decision makers on the ground. They're the ones who are pointing in the direction where they want to take the club at the moment. They've been entrusted by PIF to do that, and there isn't a huge Saudi involvement in that day-to-day running at the moment. But you know, every decision, I think, has got to come back here, and everything has got to be signed off ultimately by the guys in the building there behind me. So I hope that's given you a little flavour of something new. Thanks again for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I've seen other YouTubers do this. I'm not entirely sure what it means, but hit subscribe. Mail Online, just subscribe. Sorry, Mail Plus, just subscribe. Mail Online, keep on reading. And Instagram as well, of course. That was where these videos started. I can't forget the Instagram audience. So hope you've enjoyed it. I'll bring you another video from the game later on. Okay, take care, guys. Bye-bye.